Hey guys, I'm Morthadon and we are back for ReZero Season 2 Episode 12. So, first of all, real fast, the poll is still going to pick the show replacing this one because the second core isn't going to be playing right away, so we're going to be replacing something. Please go vote. I'll try to remember to put it in the comment below, or you can find it on my Patreon, or you can look for the poll video that I made on YouTube to hear me talk more about it. So, please do that. I very much appreciate it. All the votes count, and I very much enjoy seeing the amount of votes go up. So, anyways, last episode we had I did bash it a little bit, but I did really enjoy it. I think I'm just like, it's not that I'm really excited to see how Subaru resolves like all this stuff, and like it's cool having so much stuff in it, and it feels a lot different than the first season, but I think I might have bashed it a little bit too hard last episode just because, in the discussion, just because I was a little bit like, wow, there's this much. But also, one other thing, I did hear from one of my awesome regulars, Death Gun, that they did cut out a scene, and I guess Subaru used the Ryuzus to get away from the bunnies, which is how he got away at the end of last episode. Which was in the manga, but they cut that scene out of the anime. I guess they just had to save some time or whatnot. But yeah, that's kind of an important detail that they left out. Now, I'm kind of surprised because even with Subaru knowing he's gonna die and reset, I still can't imagine him utilizing someone else's life, like the Ryuzus, even though they're like made out of magic. They still kind of have their own lives in a sense. I can't imagine him utilizing them to save himself, you know? But I'm also, when I was thinking about that just in the shower right before I'm recording this, I was like, well, wait, maybe they voluntarily came in and saved him, and he didn't even have a say in it, you know? So I don't know which one it is. I haven't read the manga, so I'm not sure how it actually went down, if Subaru is actually, like, because I don't think we've really seen him sacrifice someone just because he knows it's going to reset, because he was even surprised that Roswell did that exact thing in the last episode. So, either way, I've rambled long enough. But yeah, Subaru is going on to another life. He learned a lot in this one. I'm wondering, he was a bit traumatized again, so I'm curious how this next life is going to go. Is he going to, like, spruce right back up and jump back on that horse and keep going, or is he going to be struggling a bit? But let's see if this is the life or if he needs to learn more. So let's get into it. Alrighty, guys, we're going to start the episode in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, now. Oh. My eye's back, yay! She's going through some shit in her trial. Yeah. But you gotta do something, dude, like, you can't just leave the mansion be attacked. Alright. Maybe at least your mental health. But we know that you can keep resetting, even if it costs you your life. I mean, it's his goals and ambitions, just like it is for Subaru. It's just different goals and ambitions, right? From what I understand. Oh, are we going to meet? Oh, shit. they talked about how you can't do this too many more times, right? They mentioned pride again. Oh. Does that mean he's getting summoned? What? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, huh? What? Wait, he's seeing what happened after he died. What? They don't successfully heal him, right? That would be insane. Okay. Why did he see that? Is that like another part of the trial? Jeez. Yeah. An unthinkable present. That's what he said the first time, too. And he's going out again. One of the other times now. Like, reminds me of, like, if we were to watch Steins Gate and see, like, how all the different world lines progressed while, like, the ones that Ocarin wasn't in. Interesting. Or wasn't actively in. So, ooh, that camera angle. Damn, and he's out again. That's his voice, isn't it? I think it is, right? Oh, yeah, this is when he killed himself while, oh, wow. Oh, now we know that bit. But that's when Ram is pissed at Subaru. Because Rem is dead, right? Oh god, are we just gonna see the world end? Whoa! Is Reinhardt gonna fight him? Is Reinhardt gonna fight Puck? Oh! Oh my god! Jeez. Whoa! Reinhardt is that strong? Man, we are all the way back at the beginning. God. I love how if you guys have surround sound headphones on, you can hear the voice going from ear to ear. I love how this show does that. There's not a lot of other shows that actually do that with the sound. And it's very, like, trippy and makes it a lot more, like, immersive. Oh no, why? Oh, they're showing us Rem again. But it's definitely not really her. Oh. Like, if this is the trial or whatever it is, just, like, put him through friggin' hell and then, like, gave him a little bit of bliss showing him... Well, it's probably both good and bad seeing Rem again. I mean... Subaru, it's not your fault, though. You tried to save them. All these times they would have died without him anyway. Oh. I think everybody needs a Rem in their life. I'm just waiting for this to turn, though, because I know how friggin' sick and twisted the manga writer is for this show. I'm just waiting for Rem to have her head cut off right now or something. Nice. That was a good line. What I was told to expect. Oh. Wait. Yeah, who is this? Oh, the Witch of Lust. Whoa, interesting. Oh shit. Well, he's here now. Huh. So. Whoa. So that's less, like, power, I guess, in a way, maybe? People see who they want to see in her. In the trial. So that was a trial? Hmm. Alright. Hmm. Man. Like, oh, man. That brings up, like, a ton of theories that I thought about during, like, Steins Gate and stuff into this story. A contract? So what does that entail? Yeah, you definitely want to ask that. Hmm. Share in it. What does that mean? Yeah. Hmm. But is there any. I feel like there's gonna be a bad side to this. She is really excited. I feel like there's gonna be more to this contract. We just bang. I'm just kidding. Oh, here comes Wrath, right? Was the heart magic? Are they all gonna want a contract like that? Hmm. True. Interesting. Hmm. So what kind of tricks could she be playing with Subaru? Did this... Oh, Jesus. Exactly, that's... okay. I knew there had to be more. You're so vague! What does that mean, though? Well, shit. Who's this? Sloth. So many sighs. Pride, right? I think it was. There's gluttony. Form a contract with all of them at the same time. Everyone put your hands in. And then he can have a harem of women talking to him in his head or something, however this works. Yeah. The best possible future for who? For her? Or for... No, Subaru wants to save everyone. Yeah, but she wants, like, his everything in return. This is very grand. Jesus. Jesus Christ, she is just going on a rant. My god. Oh god. That transition is terrifying. Yeah, this is... Freaking pride space. I don't think he should do it. I like Echidna, but not, yeah. Oh shit. Oh shit. Yeah. In her birth, interesting. It's probably Subaru accepting this contract and bringing Echidna back somehow, you know? Wow. Yeah. So different interpretations of what that last little contract was. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Envy? It's funny because when the shadow came, I should have thought of it earlier, but all of them are here except for Envy, so what about Envy? Satella. Well, shit. Well, shit! That's it? Really? God damn it. Okay. That's the end of episode 12. Jeez. Alright, so... Oh my god, man. So... I'm starting to think we're not going to hit another save point now. I mean, unless they, like, montage the shit out of whatever Subaru has to do. But after all this work, I really hope they don't now, you know? Because I really don't want the solution to everything that's going on to be shown in this next, like, episode before this core ends. In just, like, rapid pace fashion and just, like, not really show us everything, you know? Like, they can't do that, right? We're gonna have to wait till the second core, I think. Unless they, like, have an immaculate way to show everything within a, 27-minute time frame or whatever they have. But, oh my god. I did not expect this episode, so Subaru ended up going back for help from Echidna and ended up, like, stumbling into the second trial rather than being brought by her. I don't really know how... I still don't fully understand how that works. Like, why does he sometimes go in there and it triggered the trial? Or why other times it triggers the tea party? Is it just, like... Does Echidna just do whatever she wants? Like, did she put him through the trial to kind of manipulate him? And then brought him to the tea party so that way he'd be in, like, a different mindset, so maybe he'd accept this contract, you know? I'm not sure, but man, it's interesting. Like, so the trial bit was showing him what the world would have been like if he hadn't died over and over again, or, like, each time that he had died, what would happen if that world went forward, the sadness that other people, like, expressed for him, and stuff like that. And it makes sense that it would bug him, but at the same time, I feel like, I don't know, maybe it's because that kind of thing ran through my mind already. Like, I talked about this in one of the earlier episodes, I'm pretty sure, in one of the discussions. And I think I've thought about it during Season 1 as well. So maybe it's because that was in my mind already, and it's something I had thought of, that for me, when I saw it, I was like, why is he getting so upset by this trial bit and, like, throwing up and stuff? Like, I understand it's disgusting and stuff, everything he's seeing, but he's also seen all of this stuff before. Like, I know you never really get used to this stuff, but I felt like he might have been just a tiny bit more numb to something once he figured out that it was all just visions of a what-if situation, But, I mean, like I said, that's coming from me who has considered the possibility of the other worlds, like, continuing, But obviously he hasn't. He never even considered that, and it took him by surprise, shocked him, and now he's kind of, like, grieving with the idea of that. And really, Echidna didn't confirm nor deny whether those worlds keep going, I don't think they do, personally. I don't know for sure, but it's something like, I talked about it during the episode, but I didn't go into detail, but, if you guys have seen Steins Gate, it's all about time travel and jumping to different, what they called world lines. I don't know if that's the actual, like, in, like, the theory, I don't know what the actual term is. Maybe they are called world lines in the actual, because I know that's, like, an actual, like, time travel theory, is that, if I go back in, like, if I'm in this world line right now, and I go back in time and change something, then it would branch off and become another world line. But I think in Steins Gate's case, it was only, like, one line was moving consistently. It wasn't like... It was kind of like all the other world lines didn't exist until he jumped into one, So it's kind of like that theory, but as if every single world line, like, all of them, like, if all 10 of my fingers are different world lines, they're all moving up simultaneously. Even if, Subaru dies in this one, it's still moving on, it's just moving on without Subaru, And every time he does his return by death, he's essentially creating a new world line branching off of the original one that diverges, or I guess they all branch off of each other in various ways, creating, you know, like a tree kind of thing. But it's it's definitely an interesting theory, but I feel like, especially because in this show there is not really a way for him to go back to one of those. Like, theoretically, in Steins Gate, he could have gone back to one of the other world lines if he could figure out how to, you know, target specific ones. You know, if he could theoretically jump between all of them and stuff like that. But in this case, it doesn't really matter whether they keep going or not, because unless some other magic pops up and comes involved with just his return by death, there's no way that he can jump in between the various world lines. The bug. So, like I said, I factored some of this in before, so for me it was kind of like, you know, why are you getting so upset, Subaru? Even though I kind of get it, you're seeing people's deaths, or you're seeing your own death, and you're seeing, like, everybody you love grieve for it, you know? But it's definitely, like, an interesting theory to bring up in this show, even if it doesn't go anywhere. It's interesting that they even wanted to bring it up. But I mean, as for this contract bit, we spent a lot of time with it, and I guess from now, my curious question is, if he formed this contract, she said she could share in the return by death. Does that mean that she would be brought back to life, like, fully brought back to life? Or does that mean she would just be like a, like, spiritual entity that he can call upon to talk to and share info with? I'm not sure which one it is. I feel like for her own agenda, it would be something along the lines of her coming back to life, but, you know, we didn't really get a direct answer. I guess the most direct answer that we got was she said that they could, you know, comfort each other and even love each other. And I think, like, obviously you can make the assumption of, you know, they could get intimate together, you know. I think that's, obviously it means a bunch of other things, right? Not just intimacy, but it would mean that they can, which means she would need a physical form, right? Unless they're able to do it in that little, like, garden, or not garden, but grass plain world that they're in, unless they can do it there and still have the same effect as doing it in real life, you know? But I guess there are multiple ways you can interpret it. So I really don't know if she'd, like, actually, the fact that she said she'd share in return by death. Now, there's only two possibilities I can think of. It's either that she really would come back to life, or maybe right now she... No, because she remembers all the other times, right? She told Subaru that. I was gonna say, maybe right now she knows that Subaru has returned by death, but she can't see the other worlds, right? Like, maybe she can only see the current one that they're in, so she can... I guess it could still theoretically be that way, right? Like, so Subaru just reset, right? Maybe she didn't see anything going ahead of, like, Beatrice's breakdown and her death, and, like, Roswell knowing everything and admitting it to Subaru, essentially, you know? Like, that whole world, or that whole, like, death that he just had in the last episode, it's possible that she doesn't know what happened there until he reaches another save point, and then she'll remember whatever successful event that she had. So she might know that he has returned by death, but she might not be able to see all of his failed attempts, is essentially what I'm saying. And maybe by share in return by death, she'd actually get to see all those failed attempts, and that's something that she wants because it would keep her interested even in her, like, afterlife situation that she's in right now. I don't know. I'm leaning more towards, like, it would revive her, because that would make more sense as to why all the other witches want in on it too. Because, obviously, obviously greed wants to follow along with Subaru's journey just because she wants to know everything. That's just her sin. She's very interested in everything. She just wants all the knowledge to herself, you know. But the other witches wouldn't really have that, so what would they gain out of it if it was only like a spiritual thing where you like follow Subaru and see what he goes through? Um, so I feel like it probably is a physical thing because that would be why they all want to come back, you know. But super interesting. And then like as for the Beatrice stuff, so I guess it was just different interpretations, you know? Like, obviously, the way, like, Subaru mentioned it in this episode that Echidna doesn't really have very, like, she doesn't really get too emotional. Like, she gets excited, which is a form of emotion, right? Because she got really excited about the contract, but I guess she really gets excited and passionate and has feelings towards the things she learns, hence her, like, greed, you know? But I think there's other things where she's just kind of emotionless, kind of like where Subaru said, like, what I said just now should have made you mad, and it didn't really, like, have an effect on her, you know? So, I don't know if, I don't think she was really trying to be malicious uh, when she gave Beatrice the order to wait for the certain someone, you know? And, and I think, like, maybe it was just her lack of empathy towards other people's emotions might be something that caused her to misjudge how Beatrice would interpret that last contract or whatever, you know, because basically Echidna was like, it could have been anybody. It could have been anybody that would have satisfied Beatrice to leave with, you know. But Beatrice thought it was a certain someone, and she probably, every time there was someone that maybe fit the category, she would talk herself out of it and find something, you know? Like, someone comes to your door and they're like, you know, they seem like the perfect person, but you're still not sure. You don't have anything that can, like, 100% confirm whether they are or not. So then that doubt seeps in and you're just like, well, maybe it's not. I'll wait for the next one. Maybe the next one is actually the person, you know? And then you start doing that every single time, rinse, repeat, for the 400 years that Beatrice has been doing this. And now she's just, like, depressed and wants it to end, you know? So, man, that was also sad when we saw the flashback to, well, not really flashback, but just the alternate possibility that when Subaru killed himself by jumping off the mountain, that was the time that Beatrice had a big hand in, like, trying to save him. You know, she's the one that ported him away from Ram that was, you know, rampaging, and then he just killed himself, and it was sad to see Beatrice so, like, beat up about that, but it was almost in a selfish way too if you think about it. Like I really felt bad for Beatrice, but she was crying because she's like, I thought you would be that person, you know? And then it was like, so she was like crying because it wasn't the person that was supposed to save her. She didn't really seem to be crying because, you know, he was dead in a sense, you know? It was probably a little bit that he was dead too, but I don't know. Oh man, it's really interesting though. I don't know what's gonna happen here. This tea party with Satella showing up. We've had her talk, but it was all like she's always like mumbling and rambling and like craziness whenever she does talk, you know, and just saying like I love you, love you, love you, love you, you know, and stuff like that. So I'm wondering, since they're in this tea party, does that mean Satella will be able to actually, you know, talk or just be creepy the whole time? It'll be interesting if she can talk, because I'm curious as to what she would say in this situation, you know. But I mean, as for the contract, I really don't know if I can believe like I don't know if that contract would be good or bad, you know. Like I feel like, because she was very vague about what it is that he would have to pay. The other witches made it seem worse than she implied, but the way she described it, as she just basically wants everything. She wants to share in, you know, his accomplishments, his, you know, dreams, ambitions, you know, thoughts, feelings, everything. But does that mean she, like, takes them for herself? Like, she didn't do a good job of really explaining, which makes me not trust her. You know, whenever there's someone making vague comments, and the fact that she didn't mention it until one of the other witches showed up really makes me not trust it. So I'm curious, like, as to what all, like, that entails, even though, like, it seems like Subaru made his choice now. Now that doesn't mean, does that mean he's gonna contract with Beatrice? I don't think it does. I think it just means that he wants to save Beatrice, right? Or is he actually going to go contract with Beatrice? But it's not going to be the same thing, right? Like, even if he contracts with Beatrice, because Beatrice is a spirit, kind of like how Amelia, I'm pretty sure, has a contract with Puck, right? Subaru would form a contract with Beatrice, but it wouldn't be the same. Like, I wonder if Beatrice would be able to know about his return by death. Maybe Beatrice already does know about his return by death. I don't know. It's interesting. I'm a little bit confused by the contract stuff, so if you guys want to let me know in the comments if there's... Okay, so here's what I want to say. If there's going to be more in the anime that explain the contract better, don't tell me, right? But if there was a better explanation in the manga that they just kind of either rewrote or skipped over here, and it's not going to be shown, and I just have to, like, try to figure it out with what's here, let me know. It's possible that I just, like, am stupid and I'm misinterpreting it, but maybe I missed some lines. There was a lot of dialogue in this episode, so I tried my best to keep up while still, like, reacting and stuff, but yeah, I guess I'm interested in how this last episode, the next one, wraps up the this core in a way that is satisfying, even though I don't think it will, because, like, I was reminded that because of the current world events, you know, anybody else that's watching this live knows what's going on in the world right now. The second core was supposed to be played right with this one, so my guess is that we're not going to get a super satisfying ending just because of what's going on in our world right now, you know, with COVID and all that. But yeah, I think that's okay. I think it's going to be a little disappointing having to wait till winter. I think as long as it does even happen in winter. I don't think it's fully confirmed yet. I think it's, like, possibly coming in winter. But waiting to winter to find out what happens kind of stinks. But at the same time, I may end up, like, rewatching these in my own time and stuff like that right before I start reacting to the second core, just so I can, like, refresh myself and everything. And it might be fun to kind of go through it and get another take on things where I can, like, you know, really hard focus on everything that's being said and stuff. But yeah, guys, I think that's it from me for this one. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you are enjoying, and check out my Patreon if you want to see, you know, my polls, my, you know, early access for my other shows, or my Patreon exclusive content on there where I'm watching Soul Eater and The Boys currently, The Boys Season 2. So check that out if you're interested in that stuff and supporting the channel. I very much appreciate it. And yeah, guys, I will see you in my future reactions. Bye-bye.